Now here's the heater itself. Hey guys, Brad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something a little different than DeWalt tools. This is an unboxing of a 8 kilowatt diesel heater that I bought on Amazon from China. As you can see here, we've got some straight up Chinese writing, all kinds of Chinese warnings on this thing. Yeah, but what was cool is I ordered it and it was here literally in 3 weeks. So I'm very, very happy with the shipping so far. Let's take a look at it. I have not turned this thing on. I've literally just opened it and took a quick look at it. So this is sort of an unboxing. I'm going to be using this to just give you a little background for like a tiny home. But another thing, if I really like it, I'm going to use this for my tool trailer. I've heard of guys using these for cabins, for garages, all kinds of applications because they're really, really good. They're kind of a knockoff of a European brand, which I'm not too familiar with, but they basically look the same. It's just the parts are a little cheaper with this model. But from what I can tell, everyone really, really likes them. So for starters, they give you a 10-liter diesel container right here, and it's got the 3 mounting holes if you want to put this on like a spare tire mount on the back of your Jeep or something like that, your Mercedes, whatever. You can mount right here. Now this we have to tap for the fuel line, and I'm hoping they gave me the parts for that because a quick look, I didn't see it. They give me a really, really good, being sarcastic, manual here, and it's translated. It's okay, but I know I'm gonna have to scratch my head a bunch figuring out how to put this thing together. So it's well packed. You don't need to worry about that type of stuff. Now here's the heater itself. Okay, that's the heater. And I'm just going to pull some of these parts out here. Just going to get this box off the table. All right, so this is the main unit. This is just plastic. I know it looks like carbon fiber, but it's just plastic. On the bottom, this is where the exhaust and air intake is for this unit. And they give you a little LCD screen. From all the reviews I've looked at, this is where people have the most trouble trying to figure out how to work this because typically they're not in English. So we shall see. They also give you a remote control, little fob here for your key ring. Essentially, so this unscrews. This is the intake in the cabin. All right, so you would drill your holes in your floor, set this in, okay, and there's a bunch of parts which we'll get into that connect this to the floor. You've got your exhaust going out the floor of your vehicle or your trailer or whatever. Then you've got your intake as well, and make sure your intake is not in the trailer or in your cabin. That's something that I've noticed a couple of people doing wrong online. Is they're running this intake inside as well. It's supposed to be fresh air. So make sure these are both outside, okay? And don't have them beside each other. You want them going opposite directions. Another thing to think about too, I'm just gonna ramble a bunch here, guys, is your exhaust. Don't put it near your door. So when your passenger door or your sliding door or whatever, mount this somewhere where if your doors are open, the exhaust isn't just gonna be coming into the unit itself. So just some things to think about. So this screws off. This cover comes off like that. This is your fan essentially. This is just powered by a 12-volt battery. So you do need a battery system with this. And then you've got your diesel fuel. So essentially this heats up and this spins, blows the air over the unit, over these fins, and then you get hot air out this side. Very, very simple. There's not a lot to this. We'll hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing works, because you never know. It was really cheap. It was like around 200 bucks. So for me, I think it's worth it, because the European brand, I think, is north of $1,000. So, you know, 200 bucks to have something that's going to last me a year or two is pretty good value. There's a glow plug right here. I know this can be changed, and it might be worth even getting a second one just in case it does break down. I've got a backup. But yeah, that's basically the guts of this system. I'm not going to tear this apart or anything. There's other videos out there that other guys have done where they really tear this apart. They know their stuff about motors and all that, and they'll do a better breakdown. This is just sort of a rough overview. So that goes back on here like so, and then this screws on, kind of. There we go. You know, it's decent plastic, so I think it's pretty well built. So far, I'm happy with it. Now, in the kit, this is crazy to me that you get all this for like $200. In the kit, you've got your exhaust pipe, okay? I'm not sure right now which one's in and out, but we'll just say that's out for this video. I'm not entirely sure. Then you've got an inlet pipe, and you've got an air filter. It screws on like that. Oh yeah, here's the kit, guys. This is a flexible duct, nice painted black. This will go on the front like that, and then you can expand it. I'm not going to quite yet, but you can expand this, okay, to wherever you want in your unit, and then this will sit on the front, and this is how you can control the air. I was expecting that it would have some louvers or something like that I could close this off or dampen it a little bit, but it doesn't have that at all. This is just straight piped out. There's nothing in here, you can see my fingers, that allows me to control the airflow, which might be a good thing, because you might wreck the fan that way. But I have seen other units where they have a little bit of a dampener on this. So whatever, it'll do. They give you fuel line right there. Remember, this is only diesel, so don't put gasoline in this. It will not work. Then all your wire harness that comes with it. This is your fuel pump. Your muffler for your exhaust. Comes with all the brackets. Okay, so this goes on here. Somehow, it does fit on there. Again, we'll figure it out, and I'm going to do a whole video on building this system once we get to that point, and you can kind of follow along, and I'll teach you how to build this thing. What else do we get? We get fuel filter. Okay, very, very important. That's the fuel filter. We get all kinds of rings and clamps, zip ties. This here looks like more fuel line. What I'm interested in finding here is the bit that connects to this tank. I've yet to find it. I have a feeling I'm going to have to buy like a nipple to screw into this thing. They give me all the screws, clamps. Yeah. So that's interesting. There's nothing here to attach the fuel line to this tank. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research, but I think really it's just getting a nipple that we'll screw in. I'll have to drill a hole, screw it in, and then seal it up so it all works. So that's something to think about. Hopefully I've got all the parts to do the rest of the job. I am kind of surprised they didn't give us anything. There is something in here. Aha! Found it. All right, we're in action. Look at that. There it is. So, this, I'll have to drill a hole. It's interesting. I'm not sure exactly how they expect me to do this. So there's a nut that screws on here. Yeah, this will be interesting because I can't get my hand inside of this, so we'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. But right now, there's no hole on here. There's no hole in the lid. We'll figure it out. Wish me luck. But yeah, we'll do a video, and once I figure out how to build it, then I'll show you how to build it. And it'll be kind of a follow along step by step, and hopefully it turns on. So give me some comments. I want to hear, if you have one, what you think about this model. I don't even have a name for it. What do they call this? They just call it a air heater kilowatt 2.0, 5.0, 8.0 manual. But I do know that this one here is the 8 kilowatt 12 volt model. And the reason you should go for a larger kilowatt is because you can turn it down. You don't want the max amount of heat coming out of this to be maxing out the unit. So from my understanding is, if I've got a unit that can go pretty hot and I'm always keeping it dialed down, then I'm not going to be stressing the unit out too much. So that's why I went with a larger unit. And honestly, the price was the same, so it just made more sense. So that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, guys, shoot me some comments. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you're getting all of our content, because we're doing tool reviews, we're doing the trailer, we're doing this. We've got another series coming up as well. So make sure you subscribe. We've also got some Hammer and Home hoodies here that we're just getting into. So it's got my tagline on the back. Keep on crushing it. And yeah, with that, keep on crushing it, and we'll catch you later.